So still on data types, let's talk about mapping data types. These are data types that helps us create a data that has key value pairs, and these key value pairs are actually attributes of the data, and they could be any kind of data. For example, we could have a user dictionary. Create a user dictionary, say user, assign the user equal to, we use the curly bracket to create a dictionary, and I'll just make my code much visible by writing everything in a new line. We could, so like I said, dictionaries are made up of key value pairs. So we could say a user dictionary has a name. This is a key value pair. So this is Ray, for example. We separate it with another key value pair. So this could be age, and we could assign it to an int data. We could say interest. We could assign it to a list of programming languages. Let's say Python. Let's say JS. Let's say PHP. So this is a list of items, and we've assigned it to interest key. So this is a key value pair, this is a key value pair, this is a key value pair. So right now we have three key value pairs for this user dictionary. We can print user to be sure we have everything working perfectly. Awesome. So we see we have our output here. So there are things we could do with a dictionary. You could access the item of a dictionary, you could add new item in a dictionary, and so on. So let's say we want to access the item in the dictionary, we use the key of the data we are interested in. So we're interested in this name or this int data or this list data, we use the keys to access them. So we can create a variable, say name equals to, we want to access the name data in this user dictionary. So we say user, which is the dictionary, and we use a square bracket, and then we put in the key name. So the key name is name, and we're accessing this value. If we want to access this value, we use the age name, which is actually the key in this case. If we want to access this value, we use the interest as the key. So we're interested in this, so we use name. If we print this name variable, this name variable is what we're printing. If we print that, you'll see we'll have the way. We could actually name this anything. Let's say KKK, and just put that here. If we run our code, you see we still have the way. So this is a variable that could be anything. We could call it object. I could come here and say object, and you see we have our name. So I will just call it name. We could also access the age data in this user dictionary and create a variable called age and assign it to access the user dictionary and access the age key. Using the age key, we can access the value of the age. So if we run age, you see we have 12. So this is how you access the data in a dictionary. To try for interest as well. So user and say interest. We put interest here. You see we'll have a list of items. So this is how you access the items in the dictionary. To add a new item in the dictionary, you simply just create a new key and the new value for that dictionary. So we can say adding item. So we want to create a new dictionary, which is a dictionary. For example, we could say we want to create the contact dictionary, and we could assign it to a dictionary itself. And we could now say maybe this is made up of address, which is blah, blah, blah. And it is also made up of a key called phone number, which is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Let's make this a string. So we've been able to create a new dictionary. We are trying to add a new key value pair to the user dictionary. So this is how we do it. We create the key and then we assign it to the value. So the value in this case is a dictionary. If we print our user dictionary now, you see we will have this key value pairs and now this key value pairs as well. If we run our code, you see that we'll have these key value pairs, which we initially had, and we'll now have the contact key value pair, which is actually what we have created here. You can clear by just clicking clear. So that is how we create a dictionary. That is how you access items in dictionary, and that is how you add items in dictionary.